Hi everybody, I am surrounded by crochet. I thought it would be a lot of fun before January ends. I meant to do this at the beginning of the year, but I just got busy and caught up in everything. So before January ends, I want to share with you some of the things I crocheted in 2022. I absolutely love crocheting. I find it very calming and relaxing, and my goal for this year is to learn even more. I want to learn new stitches and learn how to make more things besides blankets, scarves, hats, and things of that sort. I want to get into making more plushy toys and whatever else. So today's video, I'm going to share with you all the things that I was able to find that I crocheted last year. I actually did quite a bit, more stuff than I realized. Wow, yeah. Obviously, I don't have every single thing here because some of the stuff I gifted away during the holidays, and I also sold at the vendor market that I did right before Halloween. I sold some Harry Potter inspired dog scarves and little plush pumpkins, and I think that was it. So I don't have those here. I can insert photos of some of the stuff throughout the video while I'm editing, so I'll do that. I think that would help a lot. So there's no particular order. I'm just going to show you, try to talk a little bit about each thing, maybe explain what it is, and hope you enjoy. So first thing here, I have a coffee band in the stripes for Freddy Krueger to represent like his sweater. Then I have another coffee band that's supposed to be a pumpkin. So it goes around your coffee so your hands don't burn. And then we have a cat butt coaster. You put your hot coffee or tea on the cat's butt. These are fun. I have some spider webs. I have some that I made in white and some that I made in black. I used these for decoration around the fireplace at Halloween, and I have one in my office above my desk underneath a shelf. Thought that was a little fun touch. Plush pumpkin, I have several of these that I made in many different colors. This is the one that I keep in my desk area. A granny square drawstring bag. I keep this in my yarn bag to hold miscellaneous little things. Hair scrunchie. I have a pair of arm warmers that I made. Let's see, there it is. Try to find the thumb hole. There it is. So, arm warmers. We have a dog sweater that I made for Shorty. So at the beginning of 2022, I learned how to do a granny square stitch, and I became addicted to crocheting granny squares. And the reason why I became so addicted is because they're so easy and they work up pretty fast, and they're small enough so they're portable and you're able to take them everywhere, anywhere you want to go. So I did a lot when we went on the road trips. I would crochet granny squares. I need to pause the camera real quick because Shorty's gonna bark. My neighbor's walking by.
A few moments later.
Sorry about that. Life with dogs. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, granny squares. Yeah, they just became my favorite thing to make. So I was able to take them on the go places. So I have a lot of granny square projects that I'm going to be sharing with you. So speaking of, here's another granny square drawstring bag. This is a great way to like stash bust, use up like leftover yarn, and just make granny squares. I had thought about doing the crochet a square every single day for the entire year and then stitch them together to make a blanket or something, but oh gosh, I don't know if I want to do another project where I work on it all year long. It was a lot of work. All right, so next we have a hair clip, a little rose hair clip that I made and sewed it onto a clip. Tiny little witch hat for Shorty. She wore this at Halloween time. Pair of socks. They're kind of slipper socks. I would like to make another pair and maybe make the cuffs a little taller, but I followed the pattern and they turned out all right for my first time. I made a Winnie the Pooh. He turned out all right. I think I put his arms back too far. They should come forward. But I don't want to go through the trouble of pulling it apart and redoing it. And I didn't have the teddy bear safety eyes, so I used little pom puff ball things that I had in my craft supply. So I just used what I had. It's so adorable. I keep him out because he needs to go in my Disney collection of stuff. Even though he's technically not official Disney, he still will go in there. And let's see, we have a rose that I made. It's very flimsy. If I was to make a rose again, I would not use the floral wire. I think I would use a dowel and then wrap it with yarn. So you learn as you go. It's too top heavy, so a dowel would be a lot more sturdy. But it turned out all right for my first time doing something like this. This is something I would love to do more of. And it actually, gosh, man, makes me wish that back when I got married, I was more into crochet. I've been crocheting since I was like 5 or 6, but I never got serious about it until probably 2020. I took my love of crochet and just like took it further because of lockdown, COVID, and then my mom's health taking a turn. I turned to crochet for just a calming, relaxing escape. But gosh, yeah, I would love to have made my own bouquet. I was losing my train of thought there. Yeah, so as a kid, my grandmother taught me at a very young age, but I only knew how to do just the basic single crochet stitch. So I was making scarves. I think the first thing I made was a scarf and then like a pot holder, like an oven mitt square. I don't know what, yeah, pot holder. And then that's pretty much it. And then as I got older, I would sit and crochet with my mom while we watched TV, and we would make blankets together. So I owe my creativity to my grandmother and my mother growing up. It was just a fun thing we did together. And then I just kind of forgot about it, you know, because teenager, you're just too cool for stuff like that. I don't know what I was thinking. And I picked it up years later, and now I'm more serious about it. I enjoy it. I try to grab my crochet hook every day and crochet something just to have that moment of release and de-stress. Let's see, where was I? I have a little hat here that I made for my Sam. I have the Sam trick or treat greeter. He's, I don't know, like yay big, and he's got a big candy bowl that he holds. I have him in my office area, and I have him next to my desk to hold balls of yarn and other craft supplies. And so I crocheted him a hat. A book cover for my journal. We have a couple witch hats that I made. This one was the first one. And let's see. there's the first one. And then the second one. This one's a little big. But that's okay, because I usually will wear my hair in a ponytail, and so it leaves a little bit of room for the ponytail. Hopefully I made my version of the Wednesday Addams snood. It's basically an infinity scarf, cowl, whatever you want to call it. You know, you wear it around your neck, and then you twist it, and you could put it on your head like a hat, or you could wear it like a cowl. Love this. Keeps you warm. Whew. Getting frizzy here. I love cowls, so I have one in this print. It just goes around your neck, and the matching beanie. So this is a slouchy style, so like that. And then this one, love this one. I love the sparkles in it. I have another slouchy beanie in a sparkly Christmas color with a matching cowl. And then another just random, needed to use up the yarn. This one was the first one I made just to see if I could do this pattern, and I loved it and made some more. Okay, this bag is full. I'm gonna shift that out of the way, try not to bump the camera too much. Made a Rubik's Cube. It's just a bunch of granny squares stitched together, and then I stretched it over an empty box. So there's an empty cardboard box on the inside. Thought that was really fun. You could do so many things with this idea. You can make dice. Jumbo dice would be hilarious. I actually want to make a giant granny square checkers board. I think that would be hilarious and fun, and easy to like portable take with you, because it would be I don't know. Could be a blanket in a pinch, I suppose. I guess I'll set that there. Oh boy, these are gonna be hard to show, so I definitely will insert photos of me wearing them. I'll try my best to show them though. So I don't think I have a photo of me wearing this. It's just a shawl. Little wrap. Made that at the beginning of last year. And then this was my very first granny square sweater. It's just a rusty orange. I made this right before Christmas. It's a wrap sweater. I don't even know how to explain it, but I wore it to a Christmas party that we went to at a friend's house in Lakewood. So it just goes like that. It's got thumb holes, or you can roll it up like that. Yeah, oh, this is so warm. I think I'm gonna actually leave this on for a little bit. And I made another cardigan. This one is inspired by one of my favorite movies, Tron Legacy. I used a reflective yarn. This greenish blue color has little bits of reflective bits in it, so it has a little shimmer when the lights hit it just right. It's hard to show it because it's so big, and then it's got this big old hood. This one is long. It comes down to my knees, and I was going for a monster theme, kind of Frankenstein. It also has the big giant hood and a pom-pom. The pockets have a Frankenstein monster on them. And this Granny Square sweater, I was trying to do a play on Freddy's sweater, Freddy Krueger. So I was using the kind of burgundy red and olive green colors and trying to make stripes, but with granny squares. So that's really difficult to see unless I'm wearing it, obviously. And oh, this one shouldn't be here. This is one I actually made at the beginning of this year. So we're gonna save that for next year. I'm gonna take this off now. Oh boy, now to get into the blankets. Are we ready for this? I don't know how I'm gonna show these. I think I'm just gonna have to show pictures. I really don't want to unfold this because it's huge. This is a Tetris inspired blanket that I made for Pete. So here's a photo. Take a picture, put it on our bed. It turned out pretty fun. So that's a lot of granny squares. I worked on this for months. So many granny squares. And then, speaking of working on things for months, I did the crocheting in random places, where once a month for the entire year I went in a random place, tried to do some when I was traveling and whatnot, and I would crochet a square and use yarn colors inspired by the location or holiday that was happening that month. So it was a theme to kind of create like a year-long scrapbook memory, but like fiber arts format using yarn. So like January was inspired by my favorite Disney character, Goofy. This one was inspired by the PDX carpet. That was February. March was San Francisco, so that's the Golden Gate Bridge. April was inspired by a road trip through Utah, so I've got like the three or four different national parks that we went to. May went to the Rose Garden. June, I celebrated Pride Month downtown Portland during the Pride Parade. July, we went to Smith Rock. August, we went to Mount St. Helens. September was a trip to Seattle, Emerald City Comic Con. And then October was a Washington State road trip where we stopped at multiple places, so there's a lot going on that square. November is just fall inspired, and then December is Christmas inspired. All of these are in their own playlist, Crocheting in Random Places, if you want to go back and see each individual square on its own. I have this blanket that's inspired by the Overlook Hotel carpet from the movie The Shining. It's pretty big. I'm not gonna pull it out because it's heavy, but it'll go on the back of my couch, probably Halloween. And then the last thing here is a king size granny square blanket. I will definitely insert a photo of this guy here because it is huge, it's heavy. I don't want to unfold it and deal with that mess. This was actually my very, very first granny square I ever made. I started it and I just kept adding to it because I was enjoying it, and before I knew it, it was like this big giant monster and it fits my entire bed. So that's pretty cool. that is it for everything that I was able to find that I can remember that I did last year. I'm going to do this again for 2023, and I'm hoping to do it closer to the beginning of the month, the beginning of the new year. So I'm going to keep tabs in that journal that I showed where I had crocheted the book cover for the journal. I'll keep notes on what I've crocheted throughout 2023 so we can do this again. I hope you enjoyed, and I want to say thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.